We're back now, and it's been a year since Mayor Adams announced a plan to help the mentally ill living on the streets and in our subways of New York City. And so NJ Burkett, as you can see here, spent extensive time with the mayor and has been reporting a lot on this issue. And NJ, it's so great to have you here.
Oh, thanks. I'm thrilled to be here.
This is a conversation that impacts every New Yorker out there, everybody really in the tri-state. And it's not just New York, but let's focus on what's happening here, because some of the things that we were talking about, from what I've heard from some of these medical professionals at the hospitals, the frustration is the lack of communication between the hospitals. So they don't know, they can't plant a point of a pattern at all without talking to each other. Is that
See, we think that they know who these people are because
like
we see them every day in the subway, right?
Like, oh, we know this guy. This is his case file.
But they don't.
And so this is when you ask Eric Adams, what's the difference between then and now? He'll say it's the coordination. It's getting all of these people on the same phone call, on the same page. And he said that's making a very big difference.
Okay.
That's important. So how is it going a year into this program?
Well, it's a great question. I think that Mayor Adams would not declare victory. He knows better than to declare victory over a problem like this. What he's saying is that they're making progress, significant progress. In the past year, they've been able to take 54 people who were previously resistant to coming in out of the cold, coming into a program, getting treatment, they're getting into stable housing. They've done that with 54 people. Now, that might not seem like a lot when you're talking about thousands of people in need of this kind of care, but it's more than they were doing before. In fact, it's an increase of 150% over what the previous administration was able to do, and that's progress. That's something.
What has struck me, I mean, there's got to be so many challenges with tackling this issue. This is why it's been an issue for so long. But what about the people who don't even realize they have a mental health problem?
Exactly, Shirlene. These are the people that they're after. People who are so mentally challenged, emotionally challenged that they don't realize that they need help. And there's help available. It's not like there isn't help. Now, that said, during the pandemic and for a few years prior to that, there were not enough psychiatric beds for these folks. And so that was a problem. What they have had happen in the past several months is 1,000 psychiatric beds that they had prior to the pandemic that were emptied after the pandemic are now back online. So they're getting, 1,000 additional people into treatment. Now, those are real numbers.
Well, I mentioned you've been reporting on this extensively. There was several months ago, you were with the mayor overnight and his team. And the mayor of New York City offered a person who was barefoot on the platform shoes, and the person refused to take it, going back to what we were saying. So what did you hear in this recent conversation with the mayor?
Well, the mayor says that they are able, as I said, to coordinate. That's extremely important. And then he said that what they're trying to do is to get the state legislature to come up with additional provisions to allow them to do more of this. One thing that I learned was that they don't have to involuntarily commit a lot of these people. They're doing it in certain sort of surgical cases where they say, you know what, this guy, woman, whatever, is a danger and has to be.
You've been around, and as I have, and we remember the old days of how institutions were, and the stories right here on Channel 7 about going into them and showing. We're not going back in that direction. What we're trying to do is help people not be aggressively violent because they don't know that they necessarily are in trouble to the rider population or to the public population. And that's a very tricky, I like the word you use, surgical, where we have to identify people and try to make that decision.
Yeah, I think that a misconception a lot of people have is that they're going out and sweeping people off the streets. They're not doing that. This program is not about that. So that's why I use the word surgical. They're being very, very careful and judicious about the people.
You said persistent as well, maybe just continuously going to the same.
And that tends to work, Shirlene, with a lot of these folks. It doesn't work with everybody. With a lot of them, they have the same caseworkers coming back to them saying, come on, you've been doing this for years. It's time to come in. And it does work.
Well, it was such a great conversation with Mayor Adams. Here's a little bit of it.
And we said no. We said it's inhumane to walk by someone that clearly they can't take care of their basic needs. And that was a bold step. And, remember when we announced it, how much heat we took.
No, I know.
And it was as though people said, leave them on the streets. I found that to be inhumane to do so.
You chose to make this a priority when the previous administration didn't.
Right, because this is not sexy. And you know, you could walk away with a real L, real loss. And you have to really be willing to say, I'm going to do what's right. We had this system where we waited until we would put them inside care. They come out the next day after medicating. They go again, and then we waited until they do a Michelle Go type incident, and then we send them to Rikers Island.
And Michelle Go, of course, was pushed in front of the train.
And the mayor was really genuinely shaken by what happened with Michelle Go. Remember, that happened only 2 weeks after he was inaugurated.
Yeah. Right.
He stepped into this problem and then really tried to wrap his arms around it.
And she was an advocate for this disadvantaged group.
You've got so much more to talk about this. Where are we going to find this conversation with you now next?
Well, we're certainly going to have it online, ABC7 NY. I expect, I'm waiting to see the rundown, Sam, but I expect we'll see it at 6 o'clock, probably 5, maybe something at 4. We're still working out where it goes, but in various forms, you will see it.
We will absolutely be tuning into that.
Much further discussion with the mayor.
NJ, just because you are the all-around man, we want you to stick around for this one because we know that you're an expert also in transportation, not just subways, okay? This year continues to smash records. In October, Port Authority airports welcomed 12.4 million passengers, and that is the most ever.
Wow.
And it is a huge increase from September, up nearly 5%, and then September was one of the biggest record-breaking months for travel before October entered the picture.
It's not just the air. So there were 4.8 million passengers on PATH trains last month. Now, this time, it was the most recorded since February of 2020.
So you've been out there. By the way, we need NJ Burkett, all-around man.
All-around guy.
We need all-around guy. Love that.
That wasn't even on the prompter.
It wasn't even on the
I was so impressed.
What do you make of this? I mean, is it just that we're so far removed from the height of the pandemic now, people working from home? What do you make of this?
I think there's a lot of pent-up demand for travel. I know I felt that way myself. Until I went online and saw the airfares, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
So I want to find out who these people are getting on planes because I haven't been able to be one of them.
Right.
It's so expensive.
Well, you missed out on the travel day yesterday.
Hello, Nina. She's been giving us all the deals.
But here's something funny I noticed. I was trying to book something between Christmas and New Year's, and I thought, well, let's do something simple. Let's go to Miami, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, we'll go to Miami, right? So I'm setting something up to try to go to Miami. Airfare's $1,200 per person.
Wow.
My girlfriend and I wanted to go, and it's like, we can't do that. $1,200 a person to Miami?
Ooh.
No.
And it was the
then
time.
I backed it. But here's the thing, Mike. I backed it up 2 weeks.
Yeah.
$175 round trip.
Right.
You
can find it. You
There's
just
no
have to wiggle around.
rhyme or reason, though.
Yeah.
It's just
Right?
Well, I think a lot of
It
people
makes
are the
me
same
crazy,
way.
frankly.
Yeah.
But,
How about Renaissance Man? That works too, right?
I like that.
I think that should be the lowest thing there, right? I mean,
We could fit that
Does that make
easier
you want to
on
come
this
visit
screen.
us more often?
I love it. 34 years in this place, and now they call me a Renaissance man. I'm going to stick
But we
around.
like having smart people on the desk.
Love it.